Hey everyone, this is Paul, and you're listening to episode 4 of the Generation Latino podcast. Guys, I know I say this every single episode, but I want to thank you for tuning in and hanging out with me and listening to my stories. And it means so much to me to see people from all over the United States listening to this podcast from other areas that I'm not from or that I've never even been to. So it means a lot. And thank you to my friends, my family, and those who I don't even know. Thank you so much. It truly means the world to me. But it's Valentine's Day week, and I want to do something a little different. And I've always loved Valentine's Day. For whatever reason, there's always something just special going on in the world that day. There's just something in the universe. The energy is so high, and for me, I've been single, I've been married, I've been divorced, I've been in a situationship, all on Valentine's Day. So I think I've been through every era you can possibly be going through during Valentine's Day. So I thought we would do something a little different and talk about something that's very important to me and that I love, which is music. I think music is so important. And for me, tying it in with Valentine's Day, I think, music helps people when they're falling in love and when they're going through a breakup or they are experiencing heartbreak and they need an empowering song to get through it. So I thought, why don't we do something different? I know the past 3 episodes have been a little serious or, just more of in a serious tone. And I thought, I'm a fun person. I want to be able to, do something different. So here we have it. This is going to be episode 4, and it is called To Love or To Not Love a Love Song. All right, guys. So to love or to not love a love song. I love songs. I love when you're falling in love. I love the feeling you get, the tingling sensation, the butterflies that, are going through your body when you like someone or when you're crushing someone. And, sometimes it doesn't always end great, and we go through breakups, and sometimes we have a hard time going through the breakup, and sometimes we need an empowering breakup anthem. So I thought it would be cool to go over 3 different pillars of love songs, right? So you have we're gonna go over the 5 best heartbreaking songs of all time, according to me, and the 5 best empowering breakup songs. And then we're going to end with more of a lighter tone, which is the 5 best love songs when you are falling in love or you're in love. So I thought that it would be something different and fun and we can do together. So no matter what you're doing this Valentine's Day, I hope that you're really enjoying yourself. For me, I'm single this Valentine's Day, and I'm going to, spoil myself. I'm going to get me a box of chocolate. I'm going to maybe get takeout, maybe get me a small gift or something. I know last year I went to Bath and Body Works and I bought me some candles. And, if you're single and you're, struggling or having a hard time, spoil yourself, and if you're in a relationship, great. Let them know you care for them. And if you're in a situationship, like a lot of the people that I know, good luck. I'm just kidding. Anyways, I'm going to start off here with the best, in my opinion. Again, guys, this is just my opinion. Everyone might have their own, but I thought, it would be fun to just talk about. So in my opinion, one of the saddest breakup songs is a song by Amy Winehouse called Back to Black. So number 5 for me is Back to Black by Amy Winehouse. And for me, this song is really, really dark. She's having a really hard time getting over someone. And, as I did more research on Amy Winehouse, who I've always been a fan of, this song was written for her ex-husband that she just kept going back and forth with. And my favorite lyric in this song is, We only said goodbye with words. I died 100 times. You go back to her, and I go back to black. Guys, I don't know about you, but the color black, although I love to wear it and I love to have it on a lot, it is a dark color with a lot of undertones in it, and it's sad to see, that she's going back to this state of black. And for me, the color black is unknown, uncertainty. It is you don't see no light. It's just pure dark. And it was very sad to hear. And I know for me, many times when I've gotten through some breakups, I have put that song on and just, sat in a little bit of misery. And, I think it's healthy to sit in some sadness and some misery for a little bit, but not for too long. I not for 2-3 weeks, months, going into years. I think it's good and healthy to sit in emotions, but you have to get back up from it. So that was number 5 for me. Number 4 of the saddest breakup songs for me is by an artist called Paloma Faith, and the song is called "Only Love Can Hurt Like This." And my favorite lyric in that line is, "Love is torture, makes me more sure. Only love can hurt like this." I remember when I first listened to this song, I think I had heard the live version first at the Brit Awards because she is a British artist. And gosh, it really just took me by surprise how great the song was. And that lyric of "love is torture, makes me more sure. Only love can hurt like this." I believe that love is a beautiful thing when it's done right. And I say done right because I think a lot of times people take advantage of you when you love them, when you care for them. And again, I'm talking about romantic love. This episode is about romantic love, not love for a family member or love for, a parent type of love. This is romantic that I'm talking about. And I think sometimes people take advantage of you when you're in love, or they know that you love them that much and that you're willing to do whatever it takes to keep them. So I do believe that love is something that can hurt you the most. It's the one feeling that you can't really grasp what it feels like. Or even when people tell you, "Can you explain what love means?" You're like, you're kind of at a loss for words. You're like, happy, this, great, euphoric, amazing. It's really hard to grasp it because it can mean so many things for so many other people. So that's number 4 for me. And the next song that I'm going to talk about is a song that I really hits home for me, and it connects to me on a very personal level. And these songs all connect to me, but this specific song was a song that I loved before my divorce. And so when I first heard it, I was, happily married and everything was going great. And it's so interesting to me when you hear a love song, when you're feeling good and you're in love, you're like, oh my God, what a beautiful song. And then you go through a breakup or a divorce or separation, it just has a whole new meaning to it. And it sits with you. And you're like, oh, I liked this song when I was in a happy relationship. Now I have to sing it in my bed alone crying, with a glass of wine. But the song for me, this song is Someone You Loved by Louis Capaldi. And the lyric that really, really struck me, and I'm going to talk about it more, about how it was such a impactful song during my divorce. The lyric is, "I let my guard down, then you pulled the rug. I was getting kind of used to being someone you loved." That is hard to take in because when you are in a relationship, and specifically in a marriage, you really do let your guard down and you really try your best, at least for me, to, adapt there was a lot of things in my marriage that I had never done because I was so protective of myself. And then I got married, and there was more compromise. There was more willing to, I don't want to say the word negotiate, but hey, if your husband or your partner, your wife, whoever it is asking you to do something because they want that as well, you have to let your guard down, and you have to be willing to do that for them. And that's one thing that I really learned about being married, is that it is a team effort. It is. And the truth is that I loved being married. I did. I thought that I was going to be married forever. I thought that I was going to stay with my ex-husband forever. And it didn't work out that way. And another lyric that stuck to me was, I was getting used to being someone you loved. When you love someone and you think that somebody loves you, and they do love you, and it doesn't work out, it's hard to take in. It really is. So yeah, that is one that really gets me a lot. And because it was out when I was going through my divorce, it was a tough one for me. The next song, number 2, is a song that came out when I was fairly young, but I remember writing a college English paper about this song, and I compared it to, honestly, my first breakup. I was 21 when I first experienced an actual breakup, and it was hard. I didn't know if I was going to, honestly, guys, get through it, because when you love someone or you think that it's going to last forever and it doesn't, you're kind of lost, and you're like, wait a minute, what? So this song is by Evanescence, and it's called My Immortal. And I'm sure a lot of you have heard this song, and I'm sure a lot of these songs that I'm talking about you've heard. And if you haven't, check them out. They're all great songs, and they're all songs that have helped me out. So the lyric for My Immortal that really just stings me to the core is, I've tried so hard to tell myself that you're gone, but though you're still with me, I've been alone all along. And for me, I know a lot of people, they bring this song, they can, identify it in different ways, or they can relate to it in different ways. For me, I related to it in a breakup sense. So when she states that, though you're still with me, I've been alone all along, when you're going through a breakup and you've shared your life with someone, and then now y'all are, you have combined y'all's life together, and now you're not doing that. And if you lived in a space together, for like me and my ex-husband, we lived in an apartment together. We shared a life together. We went grocery shopping together. We paid the bills together. We went on trips together. When that stops and you no longer have that, their presence is still there. Their presence is still there in spots in the kitchen or in the living room. And I remember walking into the apartment when he was officially gone, and although I was alone, I could still feel his energy there. And it's so crazy, the power of energy and what it can do to you when you're brokenhearted and you're trying to get through it. And this song for me just really, because you do tell yourself, hey, he's no longer there. She's no longer there. You gotta move on. But it's hard when everything you did when you're building a life with someone. This is where we watched TV together. This is where we cooked dinner. It's hard, and it's not easy, at least for me. I don't know, maybe for y'all it is, but not for me. For me, it was really difficult. All right, so a lot of these love songs really, really did help me. And this last one that I'm going to bring up, which is, my number one saddest breakup song. And again, it's just my opinion. You may have a different song that you related to, but I just wanted to, bring it up. And for me, the number one song is All Too Well, 10-minute version by Taylor Swift. Now, I understand that a lot of people do not like Taylor Swift, or a lot of people like her. Regardless of what you think about her, she's a great lyricist. She's a phenomenal writer, composer. She's a great artist. I've always been a fan. I know I talk about it but I'm a huge fan of hers. But this song specifically, All Too Well, what I like about it is that it is a song that talks about the beginning of a relationship, and when it ends, it talks about the downfall of it. So a lot of love songs that we listen to only focus on the breakup and the heartache and the aftermath. They don't really tell the story of when you first meet someone. It's like the heartbreak's already there. So, it's tough, when you're seeing it from the beginning, middle, and end. A lot of the times we put a song on and we're already at the heartbreak stage. So this song really talks about that. And if you've really, well, let me go over the lyrics first that I feel are the best lyrics, and then we'll talk about it and dissect it a little more. Time won't fly. It's like I'm paralyzed by it. I'd like to be my old self again, but I'm still trying to find it. Now, if you've really been in love, like really, really experienced heartbreak, and I'm not talking about the one night stand that didn't go well, or the guy that doesn't want to talk to you anymore after a couple of nights out. No, I'm talking legitimate heartbreak. And don't get me wrong, I know there's people out there that listen to heartbreak songs when they've known the guy for 2 weeks. I don't know, but that's on you, girl. But no. When you've experienced legitimate heartbreak, time won't fly, and you are paralyzed by it because you're waiting for something to happen. Like I remember during a couple of breakups, and specifically with my divorce, I was like, can we just move on to the next day already? Like, I just wanted time to go, and it was stalling and stalling and stalling. It seemed like the minutes, the hours, the days, the weeks were just going so slow. But that's what happens when you go through a breakup and your mind is going a million miles an hour and you can't figure out, what to do next. And I get it. But the line that really means the most to me out of all of these songs that we've talked about so far is, I'd like to be my old self again, but I'm still trying to find it. How many times have you lost yourself in a relationship, or even in a situationship, or even just dating someone? And what happens is, I know for me, it wasn't even about losing myself in the relationship. It was, how do I become single Paul again? How do I do that? For so long, I had a partner with me. And how do I go to the grocery store again? Well, we used to do that every Sunday. Who do I call on my way home when you used to be the one I would call after a long day at work? That's how I take it, is when you're going through a breakup, and specifically a divorce or a huge separation, you really are trying to find the old version of you again. And it is hard. It is not easy. This is the part that I've been most excited to talk about, because to me, there is nothing like an empowering breakup song. Nothing like it. And before I even get started on these empowering breakup songs, I want to talk to my girls out there who are being taken advantage of, and not just that, who are allowing themselves to be taken advantage of. Let me tell you this, ladies. One, don't ever settle for a man. Second, don't be chasing a man who isn't worth it. You know how many of my girlfriends, and I'm not going to name names because there's a lot of them, who are chasing after, I'm sorry, these losers who can't even prioritize themselves, yet they're chasing them and they're chasing them and they're chasing them. No, no one is worth chasing. I'm sorry. Don't do it. And I understand it's Valentine's Day week, and some of us are so desperate that we'll dig into our contacts on our phone and find someone that, we had a one-night stand with 2 years ago, because that's how desperate and lonely we can get. Don't do that. No. Spoil yourself. Go out, buy yourself a gift, take yourself out to dinner, order takeout. But don't be with a man just because you're lonely. Just because you don't want to spend a night or an evening or a weekend or even your life alone. Absolutely not. I have heard so many of my girlfriends come up with excuses for men. Oh, well, this. Oh, it's that. Oh, he's separated, not divorced, but he's not with her, but he talks to her. Oh, this. Girl, no. What are you doing? Get going. Move on. Let's get going. And if you're chasing after a guy like that, I'm sorry, you need to work on yourself. If you're so insecure that you're chasing after crumbs, like leftovers, work on yourself. Go to the gym, read a book, work on yourself, work on a project. But don't minimize yourself and feel like you're worthy, that you're in a man's presence. No, I'm sorry. I love my girlfriends. I love women. I am a feminist to the core, and I support women. I grew up from a single mom. I grew up with sisters, and I grew up with a lot of women in my life. But I've seen a lot of women in my life be taken advantage of. And I understand that men will continue to take advantage, but the problem is that you allow them to. And you come up with excuses for them. All right. Back to my empowering breakup song. Sorry, I just had to say that because, again, I've been on this earth quite a bit of times. I've been on this earth long enough, and I've seen it, whether I have a friend who they're in their 20s or a friend in their 60s and 70s. I've all seen it. I've seen it all. But anyways, best empowering breakup songs. To me, sometimes you can't afford therapy and you can't afford to go to a psychologist or psychiatrist or a therapist. Sometimes a good breakup song can help you cope. So for me, number 5 of the best empowering breakup songs is by my girl, Kelly Clarkson. And we all know Kelly Clarkson has a ton of breakup songs, but my favorite one for me is Stronger. And this is the lyric that I just think is amazing. In the end, the day you left was just my beginning. I mean, what else? What else can someone say after a breakup? And a lot of the times we have to sit in that misery. We have to sit with that heartbreak or the betrayal. But you know what? If it didn't work out and it isn't meant to be, then you know what? Yeah, the day you left is my new beginning. Do something, join the gym. I know for me, with my divorce, it was hard. And I keep saying it, but it was not easy. If you've ever gone through an actual divorce, again, not a breakup from a guy that you were the other woman or you were the mistress or y'all had a fling or whatever the case may be. I'm talking an actual divorce. It ain't easy. But for me, I decided, you know what? I want to prioritize my health. I'm going to join the gym and I want to go to grad school. I want to get a master's. What I'm not going to do is be chasing a bunch of losers around because I'm lonely and justify every action that I'm making because I'm lonely and desperate. What I'm going to justify is why I'm in the gym, why I'm working and graduated with my master's, why I'm looking into PhD programs, why I'm looking for a career change, not defending why I'm with the loser who treats me like shit. Absolutely not. Anyways, the song Stronger is just one of those songs that helps motivate you. It helps you realize that, you know what? I am a bad bitch. You know what? I'm going to get up. I'm going to put my shoes on. I'm going to tie my shoelaces and go to the gym. No matter how bad I don't want to do it, I'm going to do it. You know what? Because I am stronger. So that's number 5. Number 4 is such a good song, and it's not in your face. It's not a song that's like a banger, but it's a song that I've always loved, and it is Wide Awake by Katy Perry. This song really talks more about the mental dementors that go through your mind when you're going through a breakup. Because let's be honest, I always say that when you are going through a breakup and you're in a state of mind where you're lost and you're delusional sometimes, the devil messes with you. Evil plays with you. Evil wants you to be on the floor crying over someone. But the lyric of God knows that I tried to see the bright side. Again, God knows that I tried seeing the bright side. That lyric really, for me, gives me assurance that no matter what happens in a relationship, how bad it got or how it ended, I'm always going to see the bright side of things. And I know sometimes it's hard for us to see the bright side when we've been hurt and we're desperate to just stay negative. I think we should always see the bright side of things, even if something doesn't work out. What did I learn from it? What did I take away from it? You know, I can blame a million things that went wrong in a relationship, in my marriage, in my breakups. But I always tell myself, okay, I'm going to look at the good side, the bright side. What did I learn from this? Oh, cool. I got a degree. Oh, cool. I'm in better shape now. Think about that. Think about that before you allow yourself to just, sit in your Bridget Jones era of like being in bed and watching rom-coms all day and just allowing yourself to kind of just waste away. And again, I think it's healthy to allow yourself those days of just, I'm going to just relax and lay in bed and eat a bag of Doritos. Cool. Allow yourself that. But girl, don't be there for the next 3 months. Anyways, that was number 4. Number 3 for me is a good song. And sometimes you just need a fuck you song. I don't need you, I don't need you, and I don't need you. And I have a story of this song. So this song, number 3, is Needed Me by Rihanna. And we know Rihanna is a bad bitch. We know that she is a baddie. I love Rihanna. Love, love, love. But the lyric, didn't they tell you that I was a savage? Fuck your white horse and a carriage. Whew. What else do you need to tell someone, right? And sometimes we need that. Sometimes we forget that we're a bad bitch. Sometimes we've allowed a guy to just take advantage of us and ride us to the fucking ground. Take advantage. We sit there and take more. Well, I don't, but I know people who do. And no, sometimes you need a song that reminds you, I don't need you. I'm a savage. I don't need you for anything. That's why I always tell my girlfriends, do your own. Don't be begging a man. Don't be begging a man. Or belittling yourself for a man or justifying. And again, I'm not bashing men. I'm just speaking facts from what I've lived and from what I know. But I have a story about this song. I was dating this guy, and honestly, it was just like a friends with benefits. It was nothing, but it was a good friends with benefits. You know those like, oh God, I'm over here. You know those good friends with benefits that the sex is great, the energy's great, like it's so good, but everything about it is bad. Like it's not healthy. But you're still doing it anyways. Yeah, I get into situations sometimes where I know it's not bad, but I'm also not emotionally invested either. I know what it is, and that's that. But I was out with some friends of mine, and I saw this fucking guy with another guy at the bar that I was at. And I was like, oh, hell no. hell no. And I texted him. I was like, hey, so how's the bar? And I named him the bar where we're at. He's like, wait, what? What do you mean, Paul? No, I'm sorry. No, no, bitch. No, don't be playing with me like that. And why I got so hurt, I don't know. It's because it was good sex. I'm not gonna lie, but it's hard when you like someone and the sex is good. And oh god, I mean, girls, you know what I'm talking about. But anyways, I got over him real quick. I mean, that's the thing with me. I can get over a guy real quick. Put a song on and we're good. But anyways, that's number three. Number three for me. Number two is I think we all need a good anthem sometimes just to blast out. And, you know, Adele's Rolling in the Deep. Oh, my God. That song, sometimes you just need to listen to it and remind yourself, you know what? What am I doing? Why did I gain 20 pounds? Why is he dating a guy that, or a girl or a guy that is skinnier than me or better? You know, no. The lyric is that I love is, you had my heart inside your hand. You're going to wish you had never met me. I'm telling you, I have a friend that I, talk to, and I always tell her, like, they always come back. They're always going to come back regardless. And they usually do. But you're going to wish you had never met me? Yeah, motherfucker. I'm going to make it so good when I'm with you, and I'm just not just good like sexually. I mean good in every other aspect, but that too. I'm going to make it so good that you're going to wish you had never met me, because no one is going to compare. And sometimes you need that. When you're brokenhearted and you're betrayed and he's fucking cheated on you, or you're seeing him with another girl or guy, it's hard. So anyways, Rolling in the Deep, and Adele has some banger breakup songs, but that one to me is the OG breakup song. All right. So now that we have gone through, let's see, 4 of the best empowering breakup songs, number 1 for me. All right. So I love a good empowering breakup song. I'm telling you, as a gay man, I've had hundreds of girlfriends who have come to me for advice, been mistreated, been taken advantage of, and, my go-to song is Alanis Morissette's You Oughta Know. If you have not heard that song, I highly recommend that you pause this episode and go listen to it. When I tell you the rawness of that song, the honesty behind it. And let me talk again about going through a breakup or going through something that is extremely hurtful. When you're hurt and you feel betrayed, there is nothing that anyone can tell you that can make you feel better. Nothing. You just have to go through the emotions. But my favorite lyric in this song is, but it was a slap in the face, how quickly I was replaced, and are you thinking of me when you fuck her? I'm telling you, the amount of times that I have sang that lyric, it is quite a bit. And I'm going to get kind of vulnerable with you right now. When I went through my divorce, I must say it was one of the toughest things that I ever went through in my life. It wasn't just the fact that the marriage ended. It was the fact that I had failed at something. And I don't really handle failure too well. I'm working on that. That's why I'm in therapy. That's why I do a lot of self-help and work and things like that. But my ex and I separated in September, and by November, he was dating someone else. And when I say it felt like a slap in the face, oh, absolutely. And that line, are you thinking of me when you fuck her? Oh, Oh gosh. I think I wanted to get that tattooed on me. That's how emotional I was. But yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy. And there's different layers and processes when you're going through a breakup. You have the initial breakup, which is the anger, and then you have the sadness, and then you have the realization of like, oh shit, they're going to start dating. And the reality is when you're going through a breakup, you don't go through it together. Like the stages of emotions you go through separately. Someone's going to move on first. Someone's going to find someone first. Someone's going to fuck someone first, right? Sorry, but it is what it is. And if it's not you, Jesus, God, good luck. But anyways, that is a song for me that is just, I love, and it's so empowering, and it's rageful. But I think when you're going through it, you have to go through the emotions. Don't suppress them. Write it out. Sing a song, But anyways, those are to me 5 empowering breakup songs. All right, guys. So we're going to end the segment with the best love songs ever written. And for me, these are songs, I know I love being a bad bitch. I know I love being a savage. And I know I love a good breakup song. But I also love falling in love. I love the idea of love. I love the concept of love. I love the feeling you get when you hang up the phone with someone after you've talked to them for hours. The feeling you get after a first date. The feeling you get after a first kiss. I love that. And I always have to remind myself, no matter what stage I'm in, right now I'm single, I have to tell myself, don't get so bitter and jaded that you don't want love anymore. I'm smarter, I'm wiser, but I'm not going to be, against it. If it comes my way, it comes my way. But these are the songs that I have always loved to listen to when I'm falling for someone or I'm feeling like a 14-year-old, girl and, skipping around. So number 5 is You're Still the One by Shania Twain. Shania Twain is my queen. Love Shania Twain. She's the OG queen for me, country queen. And the lyric that I love so much is, you're still the one I want for life. Ain't nothing better. We beat the odds together. There's something about someone telling you, I want you for life. Because what does life mean? It means basically eternity, right? It means as long as I'm here breathing, as long as I'm here enjoying life, I want you to be a part of it. And I've always thought that song was so beautiful and nice. And then also, too, beating the odds together. A lot of us are with people who are maybe opposites and other people don't want you with them. But if it's healthy and it's a good relationship, you want to beat the odds together. You want to beat the stigma. For me, I come from a broken home. I come from a home of divorce. I've seen a lot of divorce in my life. So I want to. And, yes, I went through a divorce myself. And that doesn't mean I'm going to give up on love, But, yeah, love that song. All right. Number 4 is, it's such a good song. I think they're all good, if you ask me. Now I'm feeling like I want a boyfriend right now. So if you know anyone, I'm just kidding. So it is called One of the Good Ones by Gabby Barrett. Such a good song. One of my friends from Austin, we both are obsessed with the song. I introduced it to her, and it's part of her playlist and whatnot. But it's such a good song. And the lyrics that I love are, I've known a couple bad ones, but they all led me to him. He's one of the good ones, and he's all mine. Do you know how good it feels to tell a guy, like, I'm yours, you're mine? Love that, And yeah, sometimes you're going to have to go through a couple bad ones. but drop them off. Don't keep them. Don't keep the bad ones. I'm telling you, I can't harp on this enough because I see so many of my girlfriends and guys as well, actually. This is not, and the guys, the same. But yeah, I love that. It's such a beautiful song. And for me, I want someone to say that they're all mine. So until then, I will just keep being single and me. All right. So number 3, I have to say, is a song that has the closest meaning to me as far as what I want to feel when I'm with someone and what you should be feeling when you're with someone. And this song is called Head Over Feet by Alanis Morissette. I love the lyric, I've never felt this healthy before. I've never wanted something rational. And I am going to dig deep on this lyric. I've never felt this healthy before. Let me tell you something. You want to be in a relationship or even a friendship, but we're talking relationship here, where you feel healthy. I'm not talking you can go run 5 miles, you can go do a CrossFit class, you can go do yoga, Pilates. I'm talking you want to be with someone who mentally makes you feel healthy. You don't want to be with someone who is gaslighting you, who is mistreating you, who's making you feel shameful for who you are, who's making you question your identity. You don't want that. And I'm saying this because, again, I know so many of my girlfriends who are in relationships where they don't feel healthy, where they don't feel good about themselves, where it's anxiety driven, emotional, all over the place. That's not healthy. That is not healthy. And going back to the second lyric, I've never wanted something rational. Sometimes you've never had something healthy. So all you do know is toxic. All you know is how to be treated badly. Break that cycle. You know what you're worth. You're too beautiful to be allowing anyone, let alone a man, make you feel that way. It is not worth it. You're worth more. Remember that. So that's number 3. Number 3, love, 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 love. All right. We're about to wrap this up. We have 2 more songs. All right. Number 2 is by Jason Mraz, I Won't Give Up. I love this song too. Guys, I love all these songs. I feel like I keep repeating myself, but I won't give up. And the lyric that I love is, I don't want to be somebody who walks away so easily. This is one that I've had to work on myself with, not walking away so easily. You know, sometimes when something is foreign to you, hints, when you're in something that's healthy and good, we may not know what that's like. Stay in it. Don't walk away so easily. And if it is bad, then walk away. But see what it's like. You know, see what it's like to be in that. And that's what I love that lyric so much, you know, and I think it's good. I know someone for like me, because I come from a broken home, I do want to walk away sometimes faster than I should. But that's number 2. All right. So the number 1 love song for me that I feel is the best love song when falling in love is a song by Katy Perry called Unconditionally. Again, I'm going to read the lyrics to you that I feel are just phenomenal. Come just as you are to me. Don't need apologies. Know that you're worthy. I'll take your bad days with your good. Walk through the storm, I would. I do it all because I love you. Again, you want to be with someone who feels that you're worthy. Someone that's going to walk through the storm with you. Someone who you don't have to explain every single flaw that you may have. You want that. And I think that you're worthy of that. And that's why that song means so much to me. I listen to it and I'm just like, Jesus. It's such a beautiful, passionate song. But there you have it, guys. Those are my favorite love songs, breakup songs, to falling in love. And I want to thank you guys for just tuning in. I know it was a longer episode, but I wanted to do something fun and different. And, the whole premise is to love or to not love a love song. And for me, I'm going to always love a love song. I'm going to always love a breakup song. And I'm always going to love an empowering breakup song. But no matter what you're doing this week, have fun. Enjoy it. Don't dwell too much on what you have or what you don't have. Just enjoy it. Valentine's Day is made to be a celebration of love. And whether that's loving someone else or loving yourself, celebrate it. You're worthy. You're beautiful. But once again, I want to thank you so very much. And I will see you on the next episode.